We had all the expansion with the ad dad, and like 2025 has been nuts, right?
You know, if you said to me right now, hey, you need to stand up and go over and punch Brooksy in the face, I would do it.
It's for the show.
It's for the show. Then you can report to HR. Anyway,
which for our viewers, Jeffrey is HR. These guys pick on Brooks. I'm the guy that I'm gonna be very nice to Brooks. If he ever goes postal, I'm gonna be last.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna be first.
Yeah, maybe Kenny.
If Brooksy goes postal, I'm going with him.
Give us your list later, Brooksy.
Yeah, in order though. I need to know. I'll be gone that day. I guess that means we're rolling. Brooks clapped.
Wow.
Look at that authority.
I know.
He keeps trying to make it perfect. I'm like, it's good enough.
Right.
Just roll it. Just roll the tape.
I mean, if you want to own this place, you can pay us. But I hear your bosses are kind of jerks and I don't really pay you that much. So it's going to take a while to pay us off.
HR at the ad dad, that's a nightmare.
It is. HR is definitely the nightmare of this place.
You don't want to get called into HR.
No, that guy will eat you up.
At the ad dad.
At the ad dad.
Jeffrey, it is so good to have you home, man.
It's good to be back.
Seriously. And for those of you watching, you're wondering, where did Jeffrey go? And it's a long story. And it's a story that's actually kind of been going for about 18 plus years.
Yeah.
If we actually go back to the beginning, actually pre-18 years and that whole thing. But so what I mean is, I'll just open it up here. Jeff just got back from taking his daughter Elise to college, and I haven't even got a chance to catch up with you. Like I literally walked through the door. I text Jeff last night. I was like, hey, put on some clothes and nice clothes, and I have a surprise tomorrow. And what did you think about that?
I actually thought I was getting fired.
I had you dress up so you'd get fired.
Right.
Well, here's what you forget, Jeffrey, is I'm your business partner.
I tend to forget that,
but anyway, man, it's so good to have you here. And I just want to hear, I thought, we're going to catch up anyway.
Yeah.
Let's catch up over coffee and let's record it. And then we can talk about cool ad dad stuff and let the world in and see what it is we do.
Yeah.
So tell me about your trip. What happened? Where do we start?
Man, well, we start, my kid decided that she wanted to go to school clear across the country in Virginia, going to Liberty University, which, super stoked for. And the reality didn't really set in. It hit me yesterday morning. We got on a plane in Atlanta to fly to Boise. And I just thought, oh, I'm leaving my kid in Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a long ways away from Oregon. And I got a little emotional on the plane, and then I turned on some punk rock and looked out the window and fell asleep.
You fell asleep to punk rock?
Yeah. I didn't want to deal with my emotions. That's what you do. You just turn on punk rock and go to sleep. No, it's, we took off a couple weeks ago, started driving. We drove her out so she could have a car. And, we went through, obviously, Idaho and Utah. And our first night we stayed somewhere in Wyoming, Rock Springs, somewhere like that. And then got into Nebraska. And it rained all the way through Nebraska, like torrential downpour. It was terrible. And then we went through a little bit of Iowa and Illinois, and we dropped into Missouri for a bit, and it rained in Missouri. We went to the St. Louis Arc and hung out there for a bit, and then we drove into Tennessee and stopped in Nashville and had lunch at my favorite place.
What's that?
Martin's Barbecue.
Barbecue, Nashville, Tennessee.
Yep. And so then we cruised to a town called Crossville, which is about halfway between Knoxville and Nashville. And in 1998, were you born yet?
Yes, I was. I was born in 90. Thank you.
Okay. So you were 8.
I was 8 years old at the time.
Brooks wasn't even a thought yet.
Yeah. Not even a twinkle in his daddy's eye.
Nope. So in 98, I went out and I was on an oversight committee building a Jack Nicklaus golf course. Before I got into all the other things in life, I thought golf course design was going to be my life. either that or a punk rock drummer. And here we are at the Haddad. So we went to Crossville, and Elise and I played that golf course.
Had you gotten to play it before?
No, I never saw it finished.
Oh, you didn't get to see it finished.
No, I was there, at the beginning stages, and then came back to Oregon. And so we played. It was super cool. I didn't remember any of it, and but at least I played some golf, and she beat me. She always beats me
By how much?
a lot. Here's what people don't understand about the South and humidity. It's hot. And it's like the flames of hell, and you're sweating, and I only threw like 4 clubs, not on purpose. They just slipped right out of your hand.
Oh,
And it took us a couple days to get used to the humidity. And then we woke up the next morning and we drove up into Virginia, up to Lynchburg, where the college is, and then stayed the night, stayed at Airbnb, and then the next morning we moved her in to her dorm. And she met her roommate, a few months ago. They've been FaceTiming and all that, and so then we just kind of left her alone, and let her kind of get settled in and things like that. And she met some cool girls, and what a cool campus. It's a Christian college, and like they just do all these really cool things. And like the very first night of class, they had thousands of students out in the lawn, and they were worshiping, and she just clicked right into it. And then Kel and I just kind of tooled around Virginia. We went up to this courthouse out in the middle of nowhere where the Civil War kind of ended. That's where General Lee surrendered to Grant. And so we got to see that. We did that. And then we just kind of hung around, did nothing. And then Kel and I got up Tuesday and at least had class. And we went to lunch afterwards and said, see you later.
wow.
And we drove to Roanoke that night and flew out yesterday
Wow.
back home.
Wow. I can't imagine. I have 4 littles at home. I will go through this 4 different times.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to it, but what can you talk about what that was like? I know you said it kind of hit you on the plane a little bit, and I'm not asking you like burst into tears here, but
Yeah.
like what was that? What was it like? I mean, because you got to be proud too. It's got to be this like really awesome, bittersweet moment, right? Because you said she just clicked right in, and she's already in class, and she's so busy, right?
Yeah. And it's a weird emotion. You're super proud and overwhelmed, and you get a step back and go, man, we got to raise this amazing young woman and watch her experience life. And then she moves on to the next chapter and what she wants to get into and his career and things like that. Excited for that. I think it was weird. We got home last night and I walked into her room and I went, this is weird.
Yeah.
And so emotionally, thousands of parents go through it every year. And we're not the lone wolves in this. But it's trying to figure out what the new normal is. What does that look like? I know my tendency is to dive into work and ignore emotions because I don't want to deal with it just like most people. But I think there's just moments that will hit me. But I don't think the sadness overshadows the excitement of watching her move on to something and start her adulthood, and to be at a place where she's at. It's probably one of the coolest campuses I've ever been to.
You guys looked at several. You guys flew back a couple times and looked at some different campuses, right?
Yeah, we looked at all kinds of universities, and she just felt like that was where she was supposed to be. And we were stoked, and I think overall, man, it's just, I guess, super exciting. I'm stoked to see what, she, what she does. And we'll be back out mid-September for a couple days for Parents Weekend. We're going to go to a hockey game and a football game and, see how she's doing. And
Mm-hmm.
then we don't see her for a while
Mm-hmm.
until Thanksgiving. So
Okay.
that'll be,
Okay.
right now it feels like she's at summer camp. That's what
Sure.
it feels like.
Yeah. Well, and you guys just got home too. Yeah, you're getting back on the schedule here, getting your feet back on the ground, and
Right,
so you're busy kind of just dealing with jet lag.
right. So yeah, overall, again, man, super excited for the whole thing was kind of a whirlwind. So haven't really had time to process all of it.
Well, I think from my chair, excuse me, I think from my chair, the whole thing has been a whirlwind. This whole senior year,
Yeah.
personally, and like watching you and Kelly, and just anybody out there who has seniors this year, we'll be praying for you, thinking about you, because yeah, it's a lot. But just this whole last senior year, everything you had to get done, planning the graduation, sending out the invitations, making sure you have this and that. You're still shopping and not sure which college you're going to go to yet. Then she got into golf, and then state golf, and like all the district golf, or what all that happened. They wrap so much up in that last spring segment in school of your senior year. So from my chair, I've seen you and Kelly going through just a whirlwind this whole last year, but especially this last, from graduate, really leading up to graduation, and then going out to. And you guys also piled in some other traveling in there too,
We did.
which is great because I know you were trying to get that in before she was going off to college. So, and then we had all the expansion with the dad, and like 2025 has been nuts, right?
It has been nuts. It's been a whirlwind, in a good way, and I think it's all perspective, how you look at things,
Mm-hmm.
and like this last year there for a while, I was like, oh man, this is the last golf tournament. Oh man, this is the last, and then I went, wait a minute. Yeah, but there's going to be new and something fresh, and there's going to be new experiences. You can't continue the old forever. You know what I mean? And so, just changing the mindset of going, yeah, this is the last golf tournament, but her and we're going to play golf.
Mm-hmm.
We played golf in Tennessee. Last summer we played golf in Ireland. That's something her and I will do until I leave this earth.
I love that. I absolutely love that, man.
Yeah.
What was one of your most favorite parts of the trip that like you'll never forget? Was it the 10-hour days driving? Or does that all blur together?
That all blurs together. I can just get in the car and drive.
Very different from me. I have a hard time driving a long ways.
Man, it was so funny because when we were planning the trip, Kel asked me, she goes, how are we going to get there? And I said, we're going to head east. And she was like, no, I need a plan.
We need some pit stops.
And so about a week before we left, I said, you can book hotels wherever you want. I don't care. And she was on it. She's organized and structured. I think my favorite part, I think I had two. One, obviously, her and I playing golf. There was a moment where I'm standing, there going, man, I stood here 30 years ago. And now I'm here with my kid and we're playing golf. And I looked at her and went, man, what a beautiful young lady. She's an adult. She's ready. And so there was kind of an aha moment playing golf. Then the other one really is when we were leaving the campus and she was heading up to her equestrian meeting. She's like, okay, hey, I'll be seeing you. And I went, yeah, you will. And just there was a moment of absolute pride and excitement. Just watching her go.
Yeah.
As weird as that sounds.
Yeah, it's kind of a releasing of, there you go.
Yeah.
And we're here for you, but there you go.
Yeah. And she's such a strong person. I'm not 1 ounce worried. She's already making friends. She's figured out the bus routine and the food, and she's pretty stoked on all the food there. Chick-fil-A and all that stuff on campus, Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, and
All on campus?
yeah,
Jeez.
I know. It's insane.
It's a different world over there, isn't it?
It's a different world.
Eastern Oregon's not like
No,
South, is it?
no, not even remotely. And she's kind of figured out the campus, um, and so I think she's gonna do great.
Good, man.
Yeah,
Good. Well, I'm excited to have you back. You've been gone about 2 weeks,
yeah,
and I don't know what it is, but August, just in Dad world, August has always been shifts and something new. And, we ended up spooling up the podcast this August. And we've been planning on spooling up this video podcast for quite some time. It's had some different iterations. We owe some interviews to Kenny Forsyth and
we do.
Colleen McIntosh with Peak Lifestyle Studio and the other guys, Auto Sales. But we'll get you guys on, don't you worry.
Yeah,
But
I'm gonna do the Kenny interview.
you should.
I'm totally going to.
I think that'd be great. You get to sit right here in the host chair.
Oh, that's the host chair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the guest chair.
Yeah. You know what's funny? About a week and a half in, I really kind of started missing the Dad. And it was kind of fun. I was watching what you guys were doing, and this place was just booming. And I'm like, I love that. I love that we can be gone and this thing just keeps rocking and rolling. And it's, I was watching all the stuff you guys were doing. And the funny thing is, I was trying to do some stuff, work and things like that. And you know me, I need a creative space. Then my computer was being kind of snotty, and I was like, I'm done. I'm out. I'm not even going to worry about it.
You got to have the right tools, the right space.
Yeah.
Speaking of the right tools and the right space, I want you to brag about your office a little bit here, because those of you who have come into the Dad and have seen our offices and seen the space, we give the same tour every time. There's always some bits. I always tell people Jeffrey hates guitars, music, and sports, and that's like what's completely all over his walls.
Yeah.
So it's funny. But can you talk about your office and like why that stuff's important to you when you're being creative?
Yeah. Everything in that office has a purpose. Nothing's in my office just to be in there. Everything has a memory. And for me to be creative, I want to be surrounded by the things that I love most. And so love music. So there's going to be things musically that I love, things of my favorite bands, guitars, the recording equipment. There's going to be, sports stuff, teams that I love, and souvenirs I've gotten from sporting events and hockey pucks and things like that. Pictures of my family all over the place, and pictures of close friends. I do have a Dallas Cowboys star up in my office. I hate the Cowboys with a passion, but my mentor, who passed away a few years ago, huge Cowboys fan, and after he passed, I got this box in the mail of this Cowboys star, and then there was a picture of him pointing at it and smiling. So you got to put that up, right? And I think to be creative, you have to be in a space that you love. You have to be in a place that when you get frustrated, whatever you're working, you can just sit back and look around and go, oh yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah, look at that. I remember where I got that. And so for me, it's my own world, I guess. I can go in there and turn on music and work and feel super creative. And again, when I get stumped or something, I can sit back and, I just picked up, some things from Liberty University hockey puck, and picked up a golf ball from the Bear Trace golf course that I was at in Tennessee. And I started looking at those things. I was looking at pictures of Elise on campus, just going, yeah, and then you click right back into work, and you dive in and you get it done.
What do you think is the most difficult thing about the Dad? For the day-to-day, hands down, probably the most maybe not difficult, let's say challenging. What do you think is the most challenging? I think I know the answer, because we work very closely together, but for people listening in, what is the most challenging part with the Dad from your chair?
Yeah. I would say being creative every single day. And you look at something and you're working on something for a client, and you go, how can I make this unique? How can I make this a little different? How can I make this better than anybody else on the planet can make it? You and I, we're perfectionists. we're detailed oriented guys when it comes to things like that. And so I will start working on something and I'll spend an hour working on something and realize I hate it and I will delete it and start over. Because you're trying to be as creative as possible within the boundaries of what will fit that client, right? But always trying to think outside of the box, and not make something that's cookie cutter. That, oh, that looks like someone else's ad, or oh, I've seen that, or whatever. And so using the creative brain power to do that, I think is probably the hardest thing. Knowing that your job is creative. It's not like other jobs where you can just, oh, I can just kind of fumble through this and it'll work. And I think also the standard that we have of not settling, always pushing the envelope, going, hey, how can we make this better? In my own view, it can always be better. And you have to know when to say, okay, that's fantastic, and the client's going to love that. But I think the creative is the hardest part.
I want to talk more about what you just said, is knowing when it's done. It can always be better. I think anybody who is creating anything, I don't care if you're writing a song, recording a song, you're painting a painting, you're drawing a little sketch, whatever it is, whether it's client work or for personal, when is it done? When is it good enough? Because it can always be better. I have some opinions for me personally of when I know it's done. I'm curious what are some things that you see? How do you know when the piece is done? What are some things that you're seeing to know that this is finished?
I'll watch it 4 or 5 times. And then, I sometimes call you in, say, hey, look at this. What do you think? And I love that because you're like, oh, that's good. Hey, what about this little? And oh, yeah. And I think that's the cool thing about having, now there's 4 of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have 4 creatives that will look at something different, with a critical eye, but a good eye. Brooksy's done that a few times. Kenny's done that a few times. They pointed out things, and but you just kind of know, like, hey, you know what? This is good.
Mm-hmm.
The client's going to be very pleased with this. They're going to love it. And the funny thing about what we do is you have to let go of what you always think is best. It's really what the client wants, right? And so, us being creatives, we're always going to push the envelope. We're always going to go overboard. And it's the key is getting to know the client and knowing what they like. And when you kind of nail that, hey, they're not going to like these words flying in super fast. Hey, they're not going to like, slow transitions. Hey, they're not going to like this color palette. Hey, they're not. And so then you put it together and go, yeah, that's good. And you just have to make the call, because like you said, it can always be better. We can always do something more to it. And it's not cheating the client in any way, shape, or form when you go, yeah, it's good enough. Good enough doesn't mean it's mediocre. Good enough means, yeah, we've put everything we can into this. And if we do more, it's probably going to ruin it.
I think that's something maybe people miss or don't understand fully about the creative. So I think just the term the creative, it's this ethereal, we're creating this product out of nothing, as opposed to, hey, we're building this house and here's all the codes that have to be met. And it's good enough is like it's to code. Well, there's not really code to creative. It's like it's all subjective.
Right.
So as far as like making that call, I also know people hire us because they've seen past work. They see your work. It's no different than a wedding photographer or somebody you're going to hire a musician to play at an event. You've heard them or you've seen their work and you're like, oh, I like that work. Come do that style of work, but for my wedding, or come play your show at my event. I think that's very much the same with the ad and a lot of what we do is we've created so much and so many different things that they see that, yep, this is our work. We want that for us and for our business. And, but we want it custom to us.
Right.
But they see the style. It's not like we're coming in because we are individuals and we are a collective group that we have a style.
Right.
Because we are individuals. Like, You know what? Am I making any sense?
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the things that helps in that is, number one, I think we've nailed it in hiring the right guys. Their creative insight, the way that they do things. And obviously there's little Casey that goes 900 miles an hour all the time and never stops. I always make the joke, you are the heartbeat, of this place. But I think one of the things that helps is we're constantly learning.
Mm.
I watched so many stupid YouTube videos while I was gone, just ideas. I drive Kelly crazy. I make her watch every commercial on TV because I want to see what's out there and what's cool and what are the newest things happening.
And just get creative. You spark an idea for somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I saw a couple things on our trip. I don't even remember where we were, in some state. We were having Greek. We were at this Greek place, and they had this TV up, and I went, "Oh, that's a really cool idea." They had their pictures of their food on one side and their logo on the other side, and words would come in and it would switch, and it was just all based on their top 5 dishes.
Oh, cool. It's just kind of a loop and animated in and showing the dish.
Yep.
And
And I sat there and watched it the entire time while we ate. I went, huh, well, I want to try that. So things like that, constantly learning. I think anytime that you settle and you stop learning and you stop growing, your work is going to show that. And I think it's kind of like music. You'll never know everything about music. There's always something new to learn. There's always, something that's coming out. There's always technology changes so much, and it's not always about being on the cutting edge, but understanding it and knowing it and understanding it and going, yeah, I can use that for this. And so constantly learning and really, I think, having the mindset of we don't know it all.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want that, we're going to figure out how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to research that. And so again, anytime that you settle, I feel like you're ripping off the client, because that's when you're like, oh yeah, it's good enough for them. Is it? Did you put everything you had into it? Did you research? Did you try something new? Did you know what I mean? Did you push the envelope? And the minute you stop doing that, you might as well close the doors, because your work is going to become routine. It's going to become stale. You're going to come in and not enjoy what you do. So there's all those little factors that I don't think people understand. And then work environment too. I mean, we got this incredible new building. We got 2 cool employees, you and I, we click, you're one of my closest friends in this world. And so the funny part on our trip is there was a point where I couldn't wait to get back to the office. I miss the office.
How rare. I mean, that's so rare. Like most people, like I am dreading going back to the office or wherever it is that they're working. I mean, that's a reality. That's kind of how most, that's huge. That you're on your trip and you're like, I can't wait to get back, as much as you want to be on that trip.
Of course. Yeah. It's, I guess why do something, that you don't enjoy or you don't love? And people have money, bills, and I get all that. But when you do what you love and you pour everything into it, the money just happens, right? We've talked about that business-wise. You treat people well. You go over the top for clients, and you don't worry about the bottom dollar. You just worry about making the absolute best product you possibly can for somebody. The money just happens. And so when we get stuck in routine and jobs that we hate and things like that, it not only affects just your day-to-day, but it affects your whole life, your attitude on everything. And then, you walk around, life just sucks. Well, then change it.
Yeah, we have the power to change our lives. Like,
Right.
first of all, it starts with like our own thoughts, our
Right.
perspective. Change perspective. I've recently, it has been a crazy year for both of us, and just I think even just expanding to the new building and all the different things we're doing at the Ad Dad, and like you said, learning new stuff all the time. It's really easy to fall into that and kind of start holding up and like trying to self-preserve your own energy and thought, and and then you start losing connection with people, which is the number one thing that I love about, working with this. I'm getting all tongue tied. My mind is already 1,000 miles down the road. Sorry. It's one of my number one things I love about this place is talking with other businesses, talking with other business owners or people who work for this nonprofit. I love that connection. I love going out and meeting, talking to people and giving ideas, free ideas.
Right.
Did you think about this? Well, what about this? So many times just having conversations with people turns into business consulting.
Right.
Because we're just having these ideas and throwing it out there. And that honestly, that's a huge part of Ad Dad. We love doing that. And that's part of what you're saying of like you treating people well, doing the best for them, the money will come.
Yeah. That's been our motive from day one, since we started. Treat people well, bend over backwards and do the work, and the money will just happen. And I think we've stuck with that for the last 5 years, and it's paid off. I mean, I remember joking, you and I joking around, going, "Man, we never want employees."
Yeah, I said that many times.
And
I'll eat some crow.
Yeah, I've said it as well. And then, we knew in order to grow and to do bigger, better things, we needed to hire guys. And I think we've been really blessed in that. We got 2 solid dudes, man, that have taken us, that has pushed us. It's caused us to stretch and figure out how to do things different. And I think that in itself is I think it speaks volumes to what we do. You bring in the right people, and I think that is a life lesson that we tend to forget is here's how life works in business and in what we do. You recognize what you do well and you do it humbly, and you recognize what you don't do well and you bring in the right guys around you that have those giftings. You trust them and you release them, and they knock it out of the park. That's what we do, and that's what we've done. And then we get to sit here and go, wow, look at this place. Are you kidding?
And look at these amazing projects we've been able to do this year, and
Right.
the amazing projects that are on the schedule that we're about ready to start going down the path of those projects. And who knows what projects even after that.
Right.
We've got to do some really, really cool stuff with some really, really cool people this year. And that's going to just continue.
Yeah.
Especially, and I'm excited about the show and all the really neat, interesting people that we get to have come in on the show and talk about them and who they are as people first and their story. And then, we'll talk about your business and plug your business, of course, but who are you? People want to know behind the scenes, right? They want to know who people are. And actually, I love that you and I are finally sitting down and doing something like this. Because I feel like I'm definitely the face of the business so much a lot of the time, and I'm fine with that, and that's kind of some of our roles. But it's like, guess what, guys? Here's the better half of the Ad Dad.
Well, I don't know about the better half.
That's what I meant. I'm his business partner.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think it's again, it's recognizing roles and recognizing. I love that you're the face of Ad Dad. I love that. I love that everybody knows Casey. And so I think those roles are really important. I know what my role is. I'm the guy behind the scenes. I'll step up when you need me to and do different things, but I'm kind of the calm in the storm at times. I'm the production guy. I'm the second fiddle. Even though we're business partners, and I'm good with that because again, it's recognizing the gifting. It's recognizing the talent and going, okay, I don't need to be the face. I don't need to be running out and doing all the stuff that Casey's doing because it's Casey. He's going to nail it. And there's a big trust there. I think that we have for each other and with, Kenny and Brooksy, that when you trust the people that you're with, that's huge.
Mm-hmm.
That's huge.
It's everything.
Yeah. When you say, hey, I think we need to buy this new light, I go, let's do it. I will never question that because I also know you, and you're not just going to go out and buy a light to buy a light. You know what I mean? And so, we do discuss things when they're big purchases, but 100% of the time I'm going to be like, yeah, if Casey thinks we need to do this, yeah, we're doing it. You know, if you said to me right now, hey, you need to stand up and go over and punch Brooksy in the face, I would do it.
It's for the show.
It's for the show. Then you can report to HR. Anyway.
Which for our viewers, Jeffrey is HR. That's the running joke. That's
Yeah.
why we're always picking on HR, because Jeff is technically HR.
Yeah, and just so you know, Brooksy, it's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll file the complaint, but
It ain't going up the tree.
it ain't going up the tree.
There's no tree left to go up. Yeah, you're at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, poor Brooks. These guys pick on Brooks. I'm the guy that I'm gonna be very nice to Brooks, because if he ever goes postal, I'm gonna be last.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna be first.
Yeah. Maybe Kenny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
You
Yeah.
just give us your list later, Brooksy.
Yeah, in order though. I need to know. I'll be gone that day. But
Right.
so Jeffrey, talk to me a little bit more about. This is kind of a blowing to the past here and kind of back to some of the content at the beginning of the show, because I think as we're kind of going into and starting this new school year, can you go back and talk about just a bit more of that whirlwind that the senior year is, and some of the things that you and Kelly did to help mitigate a lot of the stress of that senior year? Like what were you guys doing together as a team, as a married team, to get through all of that? Because I mean, she had to apply for scholarships. There's I mean, the list is so huge.
Yeah, and I'll be quite honest. Kelly her and Elise really did a lot of that stuff. I was again, for Elise, kind of the calm in the storm. Hey, let's go golf. Hey, what do you need? Hey, where are you at right now? I'm that guy. And so
Kelly was like the drill sergeant of like, hey, we got to get this done. Bump,
Yes.
bump, bump.
Yep.
And so you were kind of stepping in and giving that breath of fresh for both of them.
right.
I mean, I'm sure they would start butting heads.
Sure. It's again looking at giftings. Kel's very organized, very structured. And here's an example. We get something from IKEA. She will lay out all the pieces and start on number one and fine tooth comb, go through it and build this thing. I look at it and go, let's just build it. How we don't
Throw the manual away.
Yeah. Hey, how are we going to get to Virginia? We're going to head east.
Yeah, true.
And so I think it's a good balance. She's very detail oriented, and I am too in specific things. But I also know it's kind of like here.
Mm-hmm.
There are things that I know I don't have to do because it's going to fall in your wheelhouse. Same thing at home. I know the things that need to happen, like all of the stuff for getting the stuff organized for college. It was organized and it was structured, man, and we didn't miss a beat. And we were shipping things out to the university and to pick up, at their mailroom, and there was lists and things like that, and which I love. Great. It's great. I think this last year, just going, okay, there's a lot of things to do. It's kind of what I do here. Okay. Hey, what do you need me to do? Okay. Yeah, I'll go do that. Yep. I'll make that phone call. Hey, yep, I'll write that up. Hey, I'll go pick this up. Yep. Hey, I'll go pay that. Hey, yeah, whatever. And so I think, when I look at my life, I always have someone like that in my life, and whatever I'm doing, I have that other person who has giftings that maybe I have some of those, but I don't need to use them. And I think just really this last year, enjoying every moment.
Slowing down, trying to help slow it down.
Yeah. Hey,
because it went so fast anyway.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's things to do, but hey, let's go golf.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go on a vacation. Let's head to the beach for 3 days. Why not? Hey, let's go to Ireland. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
Things like that. And really not dwelling on, I guess, again, thinking, oh man, the senior year, this is it. And even though it is for the senior year, it's going to end, but enjoying all of those moments and not getting caught up in maybe the sadness of the next season of missing her.
Mm-hmm.
And so that'd be my advice. Organized, and enjoy every moment.
Slow down a little bit.
Yeah, and give a lot of grace, because you gotta also remember your kid is going through
Mm,
emotion. Elise does a really good job of not hiding her emotion. She just deals with it very differently, you know? And so allowing that emotion, even like on this trip, uh, there was a few times you could tell she was stressed out once we got there and we were getting her dorm set up and she got a little frazzled. But Elise doesn't really get frazzled. She does, but she's pretty calm and cool.
sure.
But you could tell like she was like anxious
Sure.
and getting a little nervous. And so you give her some room and you give her grace. And we did that a lot this last year, especially towards the end of her senior year. Uh, yeah, go hang out with your friends.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't see her a whole lot,
Mm-hmm.
between, her horse and her friends and golf and all the other things that she was going to. Um, she was just gone.
Well, I think I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, but weren't you telling me kind of this last part of the summer before you were leaving, she'd ask you what time you wanted her home, and you're like, you're an adult, come home when you need to come home. Was it something like that?
Yeah,
Do
yep,
I have that right?
yeah. Uh, it was funny. About a month ago, she was going to Boise with her friends, and she wanted to get a piercing, and she's like, "Is it okay?" And I went, You're 18, you're an adult. You make your own choice, you know? Make a smart decision." And I was honored that she would ask. But there was still some of that, and um, it was cute, to watch her still kind of do some of those things, but uh, and she's earned over the years, she's earned the trust in
Mm-hmm.
those things. So it was easy to go, yeah, yeah, go, just call us, text us when you get there, and or whatever. Um, and so just giving her that freedom to go and do those things, I think also helped in this season too. Going, yeah, she's a responsible young lady, experiencing life. So yeah, go and do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see you when I see you.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and uh, and I've this is a funny thing, a little personal thing. I'm like, okay, don't text her.
Like
Every day, don't text her.
she's in class.
Right.
You leave her alone.
Yeah. And I thought about that yesterday because I got home and our hound dog Daisy May was, so I took a picture and sent it to her, and she wrote back, "Oh," I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's it. I won't text her."
Yeah, yeah. Don't make her any more homesick than she already
Right.
is. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
As much as you want to like communicate with her.
Right.
Yeah, technology has completely changed how we stay in contact with loved ones, and even like you were saying, the roommate, how she'd already met roommates digitally.
Yeah. Her roommate Brooke, sweet girl. She's from Illinois. Uh, they started FaceTime, I don't know, a couple months ago, and to figure out how they're going to decorate their room and all, And so then when we met Brooke, it was just
Yeah, you
like,
knew her.
yeah, oh, hey, they hugged, and then they were off and running. And next thing we know, they're laughing, and we took them both out to get some more stuff for the dorm room, and they were just walking through, putting stuff in the cart. I'm like,
Thanks for buying that.
yeah. I will tell parents, save up
Yeah.
for college, not necessarily tuition, but all the little things. And I think that's been one of the blessings too, was able to not only just drive her out to Virginia, but get up there. Okay, hey, yep, you need an ice maker.
Oh yeah, all the stuff she doesn't have that
Right.
you don't realize you don't have until you're living on your own.
Right.
Yeah, give her 4 years and she'll have 2 of everything.
Right. And now technically they had a list of some of the things that, we're like, we'll look for this in Virginia if we think we need it.
Right.
And the school was really good about sending out a thing. Here's all the things that you need. Here are some things that are kind of wants, but are convenient.
Mm-hmm.
And so, we went to Walmart, Target, and all kinds of fun places.
I've completely forgot about that whole like deer in the headlights scenario where you literally when you move out and you don't have it, you have to go buy one. Like when you have a home, like now Vicky and I have a home and we've had a home, like we have our pots and pans. when we first moved together, like we had double of everything, so you get rid of it. But now I've been in this new home for like 8.5 years, and you don't think of, but there's a point, and she's at that point. She just had to go through. It's like, oh, I don't have that.
Right.
Oh, so you got to go get one.
Yeah. I mean, little things like a hairdryer.
Yeah. The list goes: silverware, hairdryer, plates,
Yeah.
cups.
By the way, hairdryers are really expensive.
Oh, really?
I was like,
well, yeah, but did it have port and starboard attachments, and like, does it have Wi-Fi in it?
I'm pretty sure you can run it from your phone. I don't know. These things are so great technology. Yeah. I think that's probably one of the things that was cool, just to be able to go, okay, because you could tell she was anxious about like, oh, I don't have this. Well, we'll just go get it.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Don't worry. And so they're set.
That's awesome.
And again, anything new, she's clear across the country. She's in a new place, getting used to the humidity and and all of everything's different, right? And so there's going to be anxiety, there's going to be a little bit of fear, there's going to be little, things like that. But watching her just settle into that and knowing that she's on this amazing campus, Liberty University. I've been to a lot of colleges around the country. It might be the coolest campus I've ever been to. It's beautiful. It's up in the mountains. Solid Christian campus, where again, the first night, thousands of students out in the quad worshiping, and knowing that my kid's in the middle of that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just cool.
Okay, we're gonna wrap up,
Yep.
but I want to ask you this: what are you most excited about now that you're back home? What are you most excited about being back home? Is it that you get to sleep in your own bed?
I do love my bed. When you're an old man, you buy the fancy mattresses, and
your own pillow, your own bed, your own settings on your own bed.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I think what I'm excited for, and this is a weird thing, even though it's hard, I like new. I like change. I really do. There's certain things that I don't like change in, but most things I like change. And so for me, there's a new challenge. What does this next season in my life look like? What does home look like? What does work look like? What does friendships look like? All that time, because again, you spend 18 years just trying to keep this little human alive,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you don't realize it, that you pour your whole life revolves around that, around this little person, and you watch them grow up. And now knowing that you don't have to do that, what do things look like? What's the new adventure? And so I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see what happens with the dad, with church, with home, with all of these things, because it's all going to be different. Hey, I'm not coming in tomorrow because I'm going to golf tournament. Well, that's not happening.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to come and say, hey, I'm flying to Virginia because she's has an equestrian, thing, and I'll be back in a few days.
Yeah.
I did tell Kelly I'm going to the very first equestrian.
Okay.
Whenever that is, I
Okay.
don't even know, but I'm going.
You're going to be there.
Right. And so I think this new season is exciting. Not really any fear in it, just more excitement of like, what do things look like? And things are going to be very different, on many levels. And you go, yeah, let's see what happens.
I love that, man.
Yeah.
Jeff, welcome home. It is so nice to have you back. There is not another person on this planet that can sit in your chair, be in your shoes. Like, I've missed the heck out of you. So welcome home.
Thanks, pal. I missed you.
Glad to have you here. And let's get cracking. We got work to do.
Right. And thanks for not firing me. So
Yeah, you're
there's
welcome. So, all right, we're signing off.
that. All right. See you.